Hey guys, it's Danny. Today I'm gonna show you my garden and how it looks like now. It is completely different, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why my uploads have been a little bit wonky here and there. Today's Thursday. I'm actually gonna upload this video today. Yeah, I didn't upload anything this week because I have been working. And when I say working, I mean like carrying rocks, working in my garden. You'll see. So before I show you a bit of a tour, let me just tell you a story because it's funny. So actually, all of this happened mainly because of one video that I saw on YouTube. So you guys know that I told you in my previous garden tours that I want to make this strip full of roses. I want a rose garden. I'm like really into roses. I want to have roses, and they seem to do very well here in my climate. My in-laws have roses for 30 years and they're beautiful. Anyway, so I really wanted some roses. How many and where exactly more than this strip, I didn't know. But all I knew was that I wanted this strip to have some roses and see how we do. Now, the roses I personally like are not the typical ones you find in the flower shops, you know, those stems with the beautiful, well, they're beautiful, but the ones that I like are not those that you find in, let's say, flower shops that you gift to your loved ones, right? What I like are the ones with many petals that look kind of like a lettuce when you look at them, because that's what my grandma had, and that's what I grew up with as a rose. I do like the hybrid tea look as well, but I really wanted those very full, very petally type of roses. Sadly though, here in my country in Cyprus, I've never seen many of them. I don't remember seeing for sale those types of varieties very often. You know, variety is not too great here in my country. But seeing all of these videos with the roses, especially from the US and UK and stuff, I'm like, well, I would so love to have some David Austins and things like that. You know, maybe through some sort of miracle, I will find them for sale here as well. Maybe, who knows. We are typically supplied by a nursery in Greece, which I can order from, but they don't really have much in the way that I want. They have a few varieties, but when I tried to order from them, they said they were out of stock, and I should get them next year maybe. So that was that. They had a couple of David Austins that I wanted, but they were not available for whatever reason. Anyway, so I made a sort of a wish list with the roses that by some sort of miracle I would buy if I would find. And while I was just browsing, you know, YouTube and stuff, as one does when they have a new passion, you know, when it's the time, I was browsing YouTube and I saw one video from a YouTuber called Lynn Greenfinger. And in this video, she, together with her brother, were doing an unboxing of roses from a nursery in the Netherlands that had, according to them, about 1,000 varieties. And the roses they purchased were very in line with the roses that I wanted and that I had on my wish list. And I thought, well, what are the odds of this nursery actually shipping to Cyprus? Because no one does. But why not? So I go on the nursery's website, which is Tuincentrum Lotum. I think this is how it's pronounced. I saw a comment from a Dutch person. I would be tempted to pronounce it Tuincentrum, but I think it's Tuincentrum. Let me know. If you're Dutch, let me know in a comment how to pronounce it. Anyway, so I go on their website and I look at the shipping costs, and shocked I was when I saw that they do actually ship to Cyprus for a decent, you know, shipping price. I think 25 euros, which for me is decent. I purchased orchids from Orchids Deluxe with 75 shipping. Let's not go into that. I know my place in the world. I know it's expensive to ship here, you know? Anyway, like, I was shocked. Nice things don't happen to me like this. This variety within my grasp does not exist in my daily life, you know? So I was like, well, there has to be a catch. So I saw other unboxings and I read reviews, and apparently people were getting what they ordered, and the roses bloomed true, and what they were what they were supposed to be. So it's a legitimate nursery, very popular nursery. And in their video, Lynn was saying that, yeah, you gotta order fast because they're going out of stock. Holy moly. All right, 'tis the moment. So I put an order of some roses that I had on my wish list and some that I didn't know about, but they looked very nice. And I thought, well, we're gonna figure out where we're gonna put them later. So I ordered them, and as we speak, they're on their way to me. But then I thought, okay, where do I put them? Well, let's prepare the strip. Now, one of the things that I really disliked about the rocks that we had here previously was how awful it was to work with them, to push them aside, to plant anything. And I knew that I had to amend the soil because my soil, actually, I figured it out. I did a lot of research, you guys. And in my area here, the soil that we have is what you'd call a sandy loam. It is a mixture of stuff. It is quite well draining. It's quite crumbly. It's not clay. It has some clay, but it's not very clay. It drains, but it can hold on to moisture as well. It just needs some organics put into it. So I knew I had to put some compost and everything. I knew I had to work it, but oh my goodness, when I started to remove the rocks from this strip, immediately I thought, I don't ever want to do this again. Holy moly. So I hated how bad it was to work with the rocks. Other than that, they were not overheating. They were okay, but like it was kind of killing my back and my spirit to work with them and push them aside. I also had a weed mat that I wanted to completely remove. So as I was starting to do this strip, I was like, holy moly, this isn't working out. There must be a better way. Anyway, so what I thought was, listen, I'm going to do this strip with like compost and I'm going to top it off with bark mulch, which you can actually see here. And that's gonna be it, it's gonna be a test. We'll see how the bark mulch does, because those rocks are not going back in. I never want to remove them again. Good, so we did it. My husband helped me a little bit in a weekend. We did this trip together, and then I amended the soil and put the bark and everything and went and purchased everything all by myself. And the strip was done, and I liked it so much. It was so beautiful. And another idea came to my mind. Well, it looks so nice and it's so easy to plant into it. How about, we make things even? Because I knew I wanted to do this strip as well, which will be where the veggies will go. So I'm going to have this strip and this strip like that. But this strip will have rocks? No. No, it does not look right. Obviously, my disorder kicked in a little bit as well, and I was like, nope, things need to be smooth and equal and nice, because otherwise I cannot sleep at night. So I told my husband, listen, tomorrow I'm going to do this side as well. And he's like, wait for the weekend and I'll help you. And I was like, no, I have no chill. I have to do it. So the next 2 days, I did this strip as well. And this afterwards. And I was like, well, this looks amazing. How beautiful it is. I'm going to stop here. I think this is enough. But then 2 days later, I was looking at the front garden and I was thinking, well, I cannot have the back garden looking like this and the front garden having the rocks, because I kind of want to plant stuff in the front garden as well. And guess what I did? Me and my husband, we removed the rocks together, mostly him because he's a strong man. And we ordered the compost and the bark mulches because there were 10 bags. We couldn't carry them. And guess what? I did the front yard as well. And I finished yesterday. We moved tons of rock. And I worked for, 2 weeks straight on all of this project, because there were things that were unforeseen things that I wanted to do. But alas, you guys, my yard now looks like this. I'll show you the front yard as well, but I just wanted to tell you this little story because, oh man, one little video. And listen, I knew I wanted to do something, and I knew I wanted to amend the soil in front as well, because it wasn't amended, and one of the gardens actually had a sand put on top of it without my knowledge, against my against my wishes. And I discovered it and I thought, oh no, I have to remove that layer of sand. It's a sand you put under fake grass. Yeah, they put it there under the rocks. I don't know why. Anyway, so there were things that I knew had to be done, but I was not going to put back the rocks again. So it has been done. And one little video triggered everything. And now that I told you the fun story behind everything, let me just show you how the garden looks like, right? First off, this strip will have 6 roses. I already have like some pins of where I want them. I will move some of the plants. Let me just show you what plants I have here. So I have 3 plumerias that I hope they will grow and they will shade the little roses a little bit in the summertime, which would be great. In the winter, they lose their leaves here, which is great because I like the sun in the winter. I don't like it in the summer, but plumerias love the summer here. So what I planted here was some blue and purple flowers. This is lavender and it's beautiful. And these are called, oh gosh, what are they called? Muscati. Okay, I've never seen this, but they look a little bit like hyacinths. Now, hyacinths don't really grow well in my area because we don't get very low temperatures and they need a low temperature in the winter time to come back in the spring, so they don't come back. But these guys apparently do. So yeah, I just put them here because the color palette that I want in my backyard, I want it to be cool toned, not warm toned, which is weird. But yeah, I want purples and whites and blues and things of the sorts and pinks, and my roses here will be on the pinkish side or pastel-y side or even yellow, but not red. I actually don't like red that much on roses. Is that weird? I really don't like it. I don't know why. I mean, they're all beautiful, but if I were to choose, you know, I would choose pink ones over reds any day. So, oh, in the back, I have gladiolas, which I bought in the autumn, and I didn't know where to put them, and this was the only area that I finished first. So I thought, well, I'm gonna put them here because it's easy to plant. Do you see me removing the rocks in the front to plant gladiola bulbs? No. So that's why I put them here. They might not last here or sit here, but for now, this is where they are. It's a little crammed in here. I might move them, but this year I want to let them be and see how they do. On the sides, have some pelargoniums in pots. They will do well. So this is this strip bed. Let's call it a bed. Now here, this is where my veggies will be. I just want some tomatoes and bell peppers. My bird really loves bell peppers, so I'm gonna grow her some. And I really like tomatoes, the cherry tomatoes, so I'm gonna grow some here. Okay, on this strip, oh, everything will have roses, by the way. So on this strip, I have planted, did you know that cyclamen is the national flower of Cyprus? Yes, cyclamen actually grows here. Even here where I am, more in the mountains maybe, but even here I see them in people's gardens. I actually see them on the sidewalk. I don't know how they made their way there, but they wildly grow on the sidewalk. They die in the summer, but they come back every winter. So I put a few, and I'm hoping they will come back every winter because now, through this mulch, they can actually sprout. Through the rocks, they cannot make their way, I think. Okay, I have a dahlia there. Oh, we're overexposed. I love her color. I don't know where to put her. I just put her there for now, but I love the color of it. I was thinking to put it in the front, so I don't know where to put it just yet. But now that I finished the front yard as well, you know, I'll find a way. I want a few dahlias. Dahlias do good here, except for the summer when they kind of die off and then they come back. That's what I heard. So that's, you know, I'm gonna try it and we'll see how it does. All right. So that's about it for the back. I've removed some of the plants here. I removed the pentas because this is not a great place for them. In the winter time, this strip is shady. There's no sun here and the pentas are kind of low. So they didn't like it. They looked horrible. I think I'm gonna move them in the front and we'll see how they handle the summer. But here they did not like the winter at all. So it's a good place for the cyclamen here because it's shady at this time of the year. In the summertime, I have sun here, but in the winter, that low, I don't have sun. The sun starts more from there. I don't know if you can see on this camera. You can see the shade. The sun is higher up, not that low. So I moved them from here. Anyway, let's look at the little trees really quickly, and then we're gonna go in the front. My lemon tree has started to grow. It has buds. All of my trees have buds, actually, and new shoots. And I'm eagerly waiting for them to put on some mass. And I just noticed a little praying mantis here on my orange tree, but here I have another mama. Do you see her? She's very well camouflaged, but she's there. So I'm gonna move the little tiny baby from there to another tree because this big one is a little scary. And if they find each other, yeah, I'm afraid for the little baby. But my orange tree as well is full of buds now. And soon enough, it's gonna be full of flowers. It's gonna smell amazing. It's gonna be full of bees and butterflies. It's gonna be beautiful. So this is the leftover. Yeah, I'm leftover with 2 bags each. Amazing. But behold, behold my garden, you guys. Look at it. Can we believe? It is beautiful. Anyway, so I kind of moved some stuff. Do you remember we had the hibiscus there? I moved them to the walkway because, as we can see, the place right next to my fence is very shady. And it makes sense, the sun is a little low. The sun hits a little further up, but down there it's quite shady. And for the past couple of months, my hibiscus being so small, they received no sunlight and they hated it. And I was like, why do my neighbors have like hibiscus in bloom and everything and mine look horrible? It's because they did not receive any light, because they're not growing very fast actually. So if they were taller, they would receive light, but down there, there's no light, no sunshine for the past 2 months. And I plan to put roses there because they will be taller than the hibiscus. And I see that roses really don't mind shade as much as hibiscus do for whatever reason. But yeah, they will be taller, they will get light further up, and their roots will be shaded, which I don't think they will mind. And here, we'll see. I'm gonna experiment what I'm gonna put where. But let me just show you my hibiscus. They don't look bad. They just don't look good. You see the little flower? It never opens. They just fall. Or they dry up like this. The plant looks okay, but it does not bloom. And it should bloom right now. It's kind of cold as well. So shade plus cold, it's not a good combination. So I put them here in the hopes that they will like it more in the sun. And we'll see how they do in the summer. Also, my little miniature roses, they're growing beautifully. Even if they don't have as much light as they would like, they are actually growing beautifully. Here as well. Look at this guy. So yeah, this is one of the major changes I did. And I kind of left everything as a blank slate. Right now I still have my lilies there that are not open. The moriahs are there. And yeah, for now, it's kind of empty, but I kind of want it that way so I can plan it. I moved a lot of stuff. I have some stuff in pots. I don't know where I'm going to put them. We're going to see as I figure out. But hey, that's the thing. That's what I need to go through. I need to go through all of the seasons and see where to put everything. Because, yeah, did you know hibiscus don't like shade in the winter? I didn't know, but there we go. Anyway, so, yeah, kind of empty the garden, but I love me a blank slate. Look at that. I have so much space for activities. And it's just so easy to move the mulch and just plant wherever I want, whatever I want. So yeah, let me tell you what I did. So we moved the rock, which will be donated. And then we moved, or I removed the weed mat, which was quite the ordeal. And from that side of the yard, I also removed the layer of sand, which was too much. I left a little bit of layer that I worked into the ground, but most of it I removed. And then I put compost. I worked it into the soil as well as I could. And then I put another layer on top of compost. And then I topped everything with this bark mulch. And it smells so nice. And I don't know if you can appreciate. It's not a big, let's say, space here, but it's big enough to where I cannot tell you how much in pain I am, but it's worth it. Plus, this is the south side. I worked in the sun. Even if it's 9-10 degrees right now, Celsius, I cannot tell you how much the sun burns. It's like I'm on a beach and I'm dressed in black and I'm getting super hot and I'm gonna move. So yeah, it was very hot to work here. I started early in the morning and at 10:30 I couldn't do anything anymore because it was getting up to like 16 degrees Celsius and that was too much. With the sun on my face, no. Don't worry, I had cap, I had sunscreen, everything was okay, but still. Oh my gosh, my hair is burning. Okay, I'm gonna move in the back. Yes, it's literally 9:30 in the morning, and if you sit too much in the sun wearing like dark clothing, it's very uncomfortable. In the shade, it's great because it's like 13 degrees Celsius now, 14 degrees Celsius. It's really nice. In the shade, it's beautiful. You know, it's jacket weather. I like it. But in the sun, you just feel like you're on a beach. It's amazing how much the sun burns here. But anyway, so that is my garden, and I'm gonna do another video with the roses when they arrive. We're gonna talk a little bit more about the roses. I did a lot of research. I've also talked to my in-laws. My father-in-law has roses for the past 30 years or so. And funnily enough, they're grafted. And I just discovered or read that grafted roses typically live for no more than 15 years, which was kind of shocking to me. And if I say this to my father-in-law, he's gonna laugh in my face because his are like 30 years old. And apart from the occasional sucker from the root, there's nothing wrong with them. They have no disease. They're blooming so much, and they're like hefty roses. So yeah, no, clearly he knows something that the internet doesn't, or it's just the climate here or the soil or however he cares for them. Because I intend to have these roses that will come, which are grafted as well. I intend to keep them for more than 12 to 15 years. So I'm gonna do a combination of my own research with his knowledge, because he knows better about this area and climate than the internet, I would say. Right, so with that said, I'm off to edit this video and post it today, and I hope you've enjoyed today's video. We're gonna make a repotting, I feel, this weekend. I'm not gonna upload the video Friday because it's tomorrow. I'm gonna upload it maybe on Saturday or Sunday, just to, you know, maintain a little bit of a distance between my videos. But yeah, stay tuned for that orchid videos soon. But for now, I just really wanted to show you how my garden is and what I've been working on, and thankfully it's over, because as much as I like gardening, trust me when I tell you, I don't like carrying rocks. No, I'm never doing that again. So fingers crossed, everything works out, and yeah, we're gonna see each other in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!